Now I am going to start chapter 9. This chapter consists of only one module, and this module is devoted to find eigenfunction solution of a partial differential equation. The chapter is divided into three sections. In the first section, I shall define eigenvalues and eigenfunctions of a Laplacian operator. In the same section, we shall develop the concept of eigenfunction, taking one example where we shall solve Helmholtz equation. In the second section of this module, we shall find eigenfunction solution of a non-homogeneous wave equation. Lastly, in section 3, we shall find the solution of non-homogeneous Laplace equation or Poisson equation. Now we are going to the first slide of this module. We have the idea of eigenvalue and eigenfunction of a matrix. Now I am going to define eigenvalue and eigenfunction of an operator. Here we are taking the Laplacian operator. So let us consider the equation Laplace square plus lambda u equals to 0 in some region capital R with the boundary condition u equals to 0 on C, where C is the boundary of the region capital R. Now in this equation you can see that u is equal to 0 is a solution of this system, and that solution is a trivial solution of the given equation. Now apart from trivial solution, there may exist some non-trivial solution u of the above system for some particular values of lambda, and those particular values of lambda are called eigenvalues of the operator Laplace square in the region capital R, and the solution u corresponding to a particular value of lambda is called the eigenfunction. Now according to the boundary condition used in 1, the solutions to 1 are called Dirichlet eigenfunctions. Similarly, one can define Newman eigenvalues or eigenfunction when instead of u, if the normal derivative of u is prescribed on the boundary C of the region capital R. Now I shall take one example where you can get some essence of eigenfunction to solve a partial differential equation. For that purpose, we are considering the Helmholtz equation in 2D. So in this problem, we have to solve the equation del 2 del x square plus del 2 del y square plus lambda u equals to 0 in some region capital R. For this particular problem, we have considered capital R as a rectangle of sides A and B, and the value of u is 0 in the boundary of R. So that is given by the equations u 0 y equals to 0, u a y equals to 0 for 0 less than equals to y less than equals to b, and u x 0 equals to u x b equals to 0 for 0 less than equals to x less than equals to a. First, we are solving this problem using the method of separation of variables. So for that we write u as product of x and y, where capital X, capital Y are functions of small x and small y respectively. Substituting this expression for u in the Helmholtz equation here in system 2, it is easy to find the equations for capital X and capital Y as x double dash plus mu square x equals to 0 and y double dash plus nu square y equals to 0, where x double dash and y double dash represent the second order derivative of capital X and capital Y with respect to small x and small y respectively. And if we apply the boundary conditions, it gives the value of capital X at 0 and A is equal to 0 and value of capital Y at 0 and B is equal to 0. And there is a relation between lambda and the separation constant mu square and nu square, which is given by lambda equals to mu square plus nu square. And the solution of X equation can be obtained easily. It is sine function xmx sine mu m x, where mu m equals to m pi by a, and the solution for y can be written as yn equals to sine nu ny, where nu n equals to n pi by b, where m and n are integers. Now, the values of lambda are given by lambda mn. Lambda now depends on two integers m and n. That is why we use the suffix mn. So, lambda mn equals to pi square into m square by a square plus n square by b square, and the solution or the eigenfunction is defined or we obtained as u mn xy is equal to sine m pi x by a into sine n pi y by b, where m n are integers 1, 2, dot dot. Now, if you observe the eigenvalues lambda mn, they are positive because it is sum of two positive numbers and they form a countable set of real numbers accumulating only at infinity. And it is to be noted that the smallest eigenvalue, which is denoted by lambda 1 1, which corresponds to m equals to 1 and n equals to 1, it has the eigenfunction u11 is equal to sine pi x by a and sine pi y by b, and this eigenfunction is the only eigenfunction corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda 1 1. But for other values of lambda, it is possible that it may correspond to more than one choice of m and n. Now, we can see that the integration of umn m dash n dash over the rectangle is equal to ab by 4 if m equals to m dash, n equals to n dash, and its value is 0 if m not equals to m dash and n not equals to n dash. That means the set of function umn are orthogonal, or in other words we can say that umn are pairwise orthogonal. Suppose there is a function fxy which has double Fourier series expansion, which is written in equation 5a as f equals to sum over m sum over n amn sine m pi x by a sine n pi y by b, and amn is equal to 4 by ab integration 0 to a 0 to b f sine m pi x by a sine n pi y by b dx dy. The value of the constant amn can be obtained using the orthogonality property of the sine series. Thus, the Fourier series 5 may be considered as an expansion in eigenfunctions of 2. So, in this way we can represent a function fxy in terms of the eigenfunction of the operator which is given here, or in terms of the Laplacian operator. Now, we want to generalize the concept of eigenvalues of eigenfunction. The general eigenvalue problem, which is written in equation number 1. So, let me show equation 1. This is equation 1. So, the general eigenvalue problem can be studied in many different ways. One of them is the use of Green's function, where the solution can be written in the form ux plus lambda integration over r gxy uy dy equals to 0. Then using the properties of Green's operator, we can obtain the values of lambda and the corresponding eigenfunction u. There are another method using which we can obtain the eigenvalues and eigenfunction of the given Laplacian operator. The collection of all eigenvalues lambda n is called the spectrum of the Laplacian Laplace square, and the subject where we study the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of an operator is known as spectral theory, and this is an important branch of mathematics. In this section, we shall solve two-dimensional non-homogeneous wave equation. First, we shall solve homogeneous wave equation with the help of eigenfunction. Then, we shall try to write the solution of non-homogeneous equation in terms of those eigenfunctions using the method of variation of parameters. Now, we are going to the slide presentation. Suppose we have a two-dimensional non-homogeneous wave equation. So, we have to solve the equation del 2u del t square minus c square del 2u del x square plus del 2u del y square equals to capital F x y t. And we have the initial conditions u x y at time t equals to 0 is equal to f x y, and also del u del t at time t equals to 0 is given by the function g x y. We also have the boundary conditions b u equals to 0 on the boundary C of the region capital R. Here the boundary condition b may be any type of boundary conditions. It may be a Dirichlet condition. For that case, u is equal to 0 on C. If it is a Newman condition, then the normal derivative of u, that is del u del n equals to 0 on C, or it may be a mixed type boundary condition, or in other words Robin condition, for which u plus del u del n equals to 0 on C. So, to solve that non-homogeneous wave equation, first we are trying to find solution of homogeneous wave equation, where we have considered the right hand side of equation 7, which is capital F equals to 0. Thus, we are solving this equation. First, we are using the method of separation of variables. First, we separate the space variable from time variable. So, we assume u as product of phi and tau, where phi is function of space variable x and y and tau is function of t only. So, if you substitute this in the wave equation, we obtain this, where we can separate the function phi and function tau, and if you assume minus lambda as separation constant, we obtain the equation for phi as the Helmholtz equation, which is given in equation 10, and the equation for tau is given by 11. Now, we want to solve both the equation 10 and 11. Solving 11 is easy, and we want to solve equation 10 with the help of eigenfunction of Laplacian operator. So, we assume that lambda n are the eigenvalues of the Laplacian operator and phi n is the corresponding eigenfunction. Therefore, Laplace square phi n plus lambda n phi n equals to 0 in R and phi n equals to 0 on C. Since these are the eigenfunction, they are orthogonal. So, this is the orthogonality condition which says that phi n phi m integrated over R is equal to 0 for m not equals to n, which is given by equation 13. Now, we assume that the solution u, which is function of x y t, can be written as linear combination of the eigenfunction of the Laplacian operator. So, u is represented as sum over n Cn t phi n x y. Now, if we substitute this value of u from 14 to the given equation, that means to equation 7, we obtain a relation which you can see in equation 15, sum over n Cn double dot plus omega n square Cn into phi n is equal to f x y t, where lambda n is the eigenvalue of the operator Laplace square and phi n is the corresponding eigenfunction, and omega n square is defined as c square into lambda n. Now, from equation 15, we multiply equation 15 by phi m and integrate over R. Then left hand side is sum over n Cn double dot plus omega n square Cn into double integration of phi n phi m dx dy, and right hand side is double integration of f phi m over the region capital R. Now, these are the eigenfunction and we know that these eigenfunctions form orthogonal set. So, using that orthogonality property, this reduces to phi Cn, the above equation can be written as Cn double dot plus omega 1 square Cn is equal to Fn, where capital Fn is the double integration of capital F phi n xy dx dy divided by norm of phi n square, where norm of phi n square is the double integration over R mod of phi n square dx dy. Now, I am coming to the initial condition of the problem. So, if we go back to the initial condition, the initial condition is given in equation 8, where value of u at time t is equal to 0 is f and del u del t at time t equals to 0 is g. So, if we use these two initial conditions to the solution 14, we obtain sum over n Cn 0 phi n equals to f and sum over n Cn dot 0 phi n equals to g. Now, in this expression, in the first expression, you can see that this is the eigenfunction expansion of the function small f. Now, using the orthogonality property of eigenfunction phi n, we can find the values of Cn 0 as 1 by norm phi n square double integration of small f phi n over the region capital R. Similarly, using the orthogonality property of eigenfunctions, we can derive the values of Cn dot at 0 is equal to 1 by norm phi n square double integration of g into phi n dx dy. Now, if we look back the equation 16, so this is a second order ordinary differential equation. Now, to find the solution of this equation, we need two initial conditions. So, those two initial conditions are given by equation 18. One is the value of Cn 0 and the another one is the value of Cn dot 0. Now, the solution of equation 16 can be written as Cn equals to An cos omega n t plus Bn sin omega n t plus 1 by omega n integration 0 to t capital F n xi sin omega n t minus xi d xi. Here we obtain this solution using the method of variation of parameters. In this method, we first write the solution Cnt in the form An cos omega n t plus Bn sin omega n t. Then we vary the parameter An and Bn. That means assuming An, Bn as function of t, we then derive the solution in this form. Now, this An we have already obtained. Now, the values of An and Bn can be obtained using the initial conditions. That means, using the values of Cn at time t equals to 0 and Cn ddt of Cn at time t equals to 0. So, using those two initial conditions, it is easy to find the values of A and Bn, and the expressions for A and Bn are given here. So, the solution u, which is sum over n Cnt into phi n, can be written in the form which you can see in equation number 19, where we substituted the value of Cnt from the first equation, and in this equation all the quantities are known. N, Bn, they are given by these two equations, and capital Fn, this is also known. This is the expression for capital Fn, that is given by equation 17, and we also know the eigenfunction phi n. So, this is the eigenfunction solution of two-dimensional non-homogeneous wave equation.
Roll.
We have already defined eigenvalue and eigenfunction of a Laplacian operator. We have also shown how to find solution of a partial differential equation in terms of eigenfunction. Now, in this section, we are going to derive how to find solution of Poisson equation using eigenfunction and Green's function. Now, we are going to slide presentation. Suppose we are going to solve two-dimensional Poisson's equation, which is given by Laplace square u equals to f together with the boundary condition u equals to 0 on the boundary C of the region capital R. And we want to solve this problem using eigenfunction and Green's function. If capital G is the Green's function of this problem, then it will satisfy Laplace square G equals to delta function of x minus xi y minus eta, where xy belongs to the region capital R, and also the value of the Green's function is equals to 0 on C. If phi is the eigenfunction of the Laplacian operator corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda, then Laplace square plus lambda into phi equals to 0 in R, and phi is equals to 0 on C. Let lambda mn are the eigenvalues and phi mn are the corresponding eigenfunctions. And we also assume that the Green's function of this problem can be written as linear combination of the eigenfunctions phi mn. So, G is written as sum over m, sum over n, amn, which is function of xi eta into phi mn xy. We also assume the expansion of delta as linear combination of the eigenfunction phi mn. So, delta equals to sum over m, sum over n, bmn, which is function of xi and eta into phi mn. Now, using the orthogonality property of phi mn, from delta function we can obtain the values of bmn. So, the values of bmn can be written as bmn equals to 1 divided by norm phi mn square, double integration of delta phi mn over the region capital R. Now, using the property of Dirac delta function, the value of the integral is phi mn xi eta. So, value of bmn becomes phi mn xi eta divided by norm of phi mn square, where norm of phi mn square is equals to double integration of phi square mn over the region capital R. And we know that lambda mn are the eigenvalues of the operator Laplace square and phi mn is the corresponding eigenfunction. So, we substitute here. Now, we know that lambda mn are the eigenvalues of the Laplacian operator and phi mn are the corresponding eigenfunction. Therefore, the equation 24 holds. Now, if we go back to this equation, Laplace square g equals to delta x minus xi y minus eta. From this expression, we substitute the values of g and delta in terms of the eigenfunction. So, g is equals to, we substitute this value and delta equals to this value. So, we obtain Laplace square of, this is the expression for capital G and this is the expression for right hand side is the expression for Dirac delta function in two variables. Now, if we interchange the summation and the Laplacian operator, then this Laplacian is operated on phi and using 24 Laplacian or the Laplace square of phi mn is minus lambda mn phi mn. So, we substituted that value here. So, in the last line we obtain minus lambda mn sum over m sum over n amn into phi mn equals to, in the right hand side we substituted the values of bmn which we obtained in the previous slide. Okay. So, these are the values of bmn. So, bmn equals to phi mn by norm of phi mn. So, here we are substituting that value of bmn, you can see here. So, you obtain a relation. Now, using the orthogonality property, we can find the value of amn as minus phi mn by lambda mn into norm of phi mn square. Thus, we can find the eigenfunction expansion of the Green's function g as sum over m sum over n. This is the value of amn into phi mn xy. Therefore, for this particular problem, we can obtain the value of Green's function in terms of eigenfunction of the Laplacian operator. And in chapter 8, we learned how to find solution of a non-homogeneous equation in terms of Green's function. There we learned that u can be written as u equals to double integration of g f d xi d eta. Here we use double integration because we are solving two-dimensional Poisson equation. If it is three-dimensional problem, then instead of double integration, it would have been a triple integration. So, value of u can be obtained using formula 27, where g is known, or the value of g is given by equation 26, and small f is the value of u on the surface. Thus, in chapter 9, we solved a partial differential equation using eigenfunction method. We mainly defined eigenvalues and eigenfunctions of a Laplacian operator. Using the eigenfunctions of Laplacian operator, we solved Laplace equation, Poisson equation and wave equation. In the similar way, one can define eigenvalues and eigenvectors of different operator to solve different type of partial differential equation. Now we end this module.